So it's 12:33 last night, and I'm sitting in the rocking chair. I'm feeding my baby, and I just have this thought. It's 12:33 a.m., like in the morning, middle of the night. And the thought comes to me, you need to read the Book of Mormon and record yourself reading it and like the whole entire thing and post it. And I was like, what the freak? But I was like, that's actually the freaking coolest idea I've ever had, because it's going to be an oral record of me reading the Book of Mormon, and then my kids can go back and my grandkids can go back and they can read it or they can watch it or listen to it. And I thought it would be the coolest thing. So this is day 1 of reading a page a day of the Book of Mormon, 531 pages, a 531 day challenge, recording myself reading the Book of Mormon. So I'm reading out of, it's the Book of Mormon, but it's the journal edition. So it has like the little side where you can write notes and stuff, which is kind of cute. But I'm just going to read it. So, the first book of Nephi. His reign and ministry, an account of Lehi and his wife Sariah and his 4 sons being called, beginning at the eldest, Laman, Lemuel, Sam, and Nephi. The Lord warned Nephi to depart out of the land of Jerusalem, because he prophesieth unto the people concerning their iniquity, that they seek to destroy his life. He taketh 3 days' journey into the wilderness with his family. Nephi taketh his brethren, and returneth to the land of Jerusalem, after the record of the Jews, the account of their sufferings. They take the daughters of Ishmael to wife. They take their families and depart into the wilderness, their suffering and afflictions in the wilderness. The course of their travels. They come to the large waters. Nephi's brethren rebel against him. He confoundeth them, and buildeth a ship. They call the name of the place Bountiful. They cross large waters into the promised land, and so forth. This, according to the account of Nephi, or in other words, I, Nephi, wrote this record. Chapter 1. Nephi begins the record of his people. Lehi sees in vision a pillar of fire and reads from a book of prophecy. He praises God, foretells the coming of the Messiah, and prophesies the destruction of Jerusalem. He is persecuted by the Jews, about 600 BC. Everybody knows this part. I, Nephi, having been born of goodly parents, therefore I was taught somewhat in all the learning of my father, and having seen many afflictions in the course of my days, nevertheless having been highly favored in the Lord in all my days, yea, having a great knowledge of the goodness and the mysteries of God, therefore I make a record of my proceedings in my days. Yea, I make a record in the language of my father, which consists of the learning of the Jews and the language of the Egyptians. And I know that the record which I make is true, and I make it with my own hand, and I make it according to my knowledge. For it came to pass in the commencement of the 1st year of the reign of Zedekiah, the king of Judah, my father Lehi, having dwelt in Jerusalem all his days, and in that same year there came many prophets prophesying unto the people that they must repent, or the great city Jerusalem must be destroyed. Wherefore it came to pass that my father Lehi, as he went forth, prayed unto the Lord, yea, even, I'll finish the verse, with all his heart in behalf of his people. That's the first page of the Book of Mormon. So come back tomorrow and I'll read the second page. There's 531 pages, so like if you miss a day, don't feel bad, but I'm going to try and not miss a day. It's day 1.